On February 5th, protests were organized all over the US at all 50 US capitals. There was a lot of misinformation, unfortunately. Some people thought it was dangerous, some people thought it was fake, and some of the groups were not able to get permits, such as the one in Austin. But people still spread the word, and most importantly, people still showed up. I'm in Texas, and Austin is only 2 hours away from me, so we decided to drive in. The last 2 weeks have been exhausting, disturbing, and mentally draining, so I'm really glad that we made it out there. There were about 1,000 people, I would guess.
We'll never be divided! The people united! 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 We'll never be divided! The people.
Everyone gathered at the steps of the Capitol. There were people from all walks of life, from children to the elderly in wheelchairs, disabled people, people of color, trans people, LGBTQ community members. It was amazing. It was a great thing to see. For example, deaf people like myself were allowed to go up to the front so that they could see the ASL interpreters.
United! We'll never be divided! People united! We'll never be divided!
And people in wheelchairs were allowed access to wherever they needed to go very easily. This is what inclusion looks like. There were signs with so many different messages highlighting what was important to each individual, from immigration, trans rights, LGBTQ rights, women's rights, education, freedom of religion, and also calls to get rid of Dodgy and remove Elon Musk from his position within the government. A single person cannot advocate for every cause, but when we come together from diverse backgrounds and listen to what the person next to us most cares about, what affects their family the most, that's when we can come together and accomplish so much more.
All right, we're going to let some more people. Oh, real quick, I also wanted to point out these two signs right here. The only people not hit are bootleggers and billionaires. Freedom dies when fascism thrives. Amazing sign.
When I looked around at the crowd, I couldn't help but think of the MAGA rallies that we see when it's a sea of red hats and white people. But what I saw here was a rainbow of human beings filled with kindness and true acceptance for one another. They didn't want immigrants gone. They didn't want trans people to stop existing. They didn't want to oppress people of color. They didn't complain about ASL interpreters taking up space. And instead, this crowd embraced every single person's individuality. There was a single protester sitting alone by his truck, just him and his hate. I felt sad for him, to be honest. He was missing out. But the beauty of a protest like this is that it can be peaceful and unifying, yet powerful. There were several times where the speakers instructed the crowds to turn around and meet the person next to them, to shake their hand, to give them a high five, to give them a hug. I got so many hugs. It was just incredible. It was heartwarming, and at some points I was on the verge of happy tears. It was exactly what I needed to recharge my mind. To remember that while I am exposed to a lot of hate daily, there is still so much love. This reminded me of the power of community. This is what solidarity looks like. This is how we win, by showing up and refusing to be divided, by reminding them that we are here, we are the majority, and we are not going anywhere. So stay strong, stay together, and stay organized. And don't forget to like and subscribe.